Good afternoon or evening. It's nearly, in fact, it is the evening here in the UK. It's about 25 to 6. I've been in my little room um, sorting out my bush craft. Is that what I'm going to call it? I can't remember now. Anyway, sorting out my new bag. I got a new beautiful Maxpedition over the shoulder bag, large over the shoulder bag to carry my going out for a daily camp, to have everything I need sitting in the back of my car for any sort of emergency. And I've included first aid in that. I've added a bigger first aid kit in it than I did. I'll maybe show it to you one day. If you would like to see it, let me. It's a beautiful bag. They were half price on Heine Haynes. It was reduced from 190 down to £80, which is just, is 190 they were? Yeah, I think it was 190, down to £80 anyway, or 80 something. It was just a deal I couldn't pass up because I love Maxpedition stuff, but it's normally out of my price range. But I really am going to be getting into this sort of going out for days in the woods with Justin and making videos. So I thought I would just treat myself, and I am over the moon. I have it fully packed out now. The only thing that's not in it is my knives that I'll take on the day. So they'll be on me. So I really am pleased with it. But I was sitting thinking of a video and I thought something simple. I want something simple to do. And I thought stag Saturday. It's one of those things that everybody does. And I thought, well, I'll do a bit of stag because I've got a new stag knife, which is this one. And I thought, well, I'll just show that. That'll be nice. And then I went looking through to see if I could get any, other ones that look just something like it or I can compare with. And I didn't realize I'm a stag collector. I've 11 stag knives. I had no idea I had this many. And the way I don't put things in material order. I have, sort of I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different drawers with knives in it. 16, I've just forgot my Barlow box. But it's 16 different drawers where my knives are spread all out, whether they're maker collections. I love these wee collections of 5, as you know. If you've got 5 of one brand, it's a collection in my eyes, in my rule book. So I've got them spread out all over the place. Some manufacturers, some with it just, so they're never all sitting out at once. And I started picking through and I thought, these were just these 4 here are my Ashley Harrison ones. And I started picking through and I thought, I didn't realise. So I just thought I'd just show you them all. This is going to be a quick show and tell because I'll probably waffle a bit now. I'm not going to go into detail, but 5 of the 11 I haven't even showed on the channel. That's disgraceful. So I'm going to make that. I'll start this week by doing one of them and just eventually get through them over the next few weeks. But it's really shameful. They're such beautiful knives. And a couple of years ago, I didn't like stag. Like a lot of things, you mature in this hobby into different things. And this could stop now and I might never buy another one, but I'll find something else that I like. And that's the joy of my hobby. I can't see me letting any of these go because I'm looking at them thinking, why would you? They're just gorgeous knives and they're not totally expensive. The Ashley Harrison, if you were to buy one now, is probably going to be the dearest one on the table. But do you know what I mean? It's not about price. This is about looks. This video is about how stag looks, the different types of stag. And I mean, I have one here from the 1800s, maybe. No, I would say 18 or maybe 1700s, but it's a beautiful, it's a little quill cutter. And right before I do, this is typical me, right? Before I do that, I have a couple of little things I want to do. Our friend Joe Lapetra, his knives are now available at Frank's, at Framar Knives. All the micarta has sold out completely. It went the first weekend. He only has at the moment carbon fiber. Now it's not a plain carbon fiber. It's a special cut. We haven't got it at the minute. Justin's knife had the carbon fiber with it, the carbon fiber scale, and it's been out in the rounds. It's on the last person now, so it should be coming back. If there's any left, I'll show you a picture. But it's beautiful carbon fiber. And what Joe is also trying to do with Frank, he's going to send him over some micarta scales if there's anybody else wants them of this batch. Frank will maybe change the scales over from carbon fiber to micarta. But that's not in steel. If you want one, go now. There's still a few left. They are beautiful knives. Frank has pictures up, but the pictures don't do the carbon. Carbon fiber, black carbon fiber, it's very hard just to do a good picture of it. But we'll do our best when our one gets back to do it if you want to see it. But they went really well. I'd like to thank everybody who supported Joe from the channel. It is a stunning knife. And this one, I am absolutely, this cover on this just has blown me away. I think it's perfect. I can't see it coming off this knife. I'm going to have to buy another knife for myself. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So, Framework knives, the only place you can buy them uh, in the world outside of Joe's house. So, I mean, if you want one, get one. They'll post anywhere, but you really won't. Don't miss out on them because they're a super. It's a friction folder. I have mine up nice and stiff because I want to use it. It's not going to be, I can use this as a steak knife. I can use it for cutting. This is beautifully, which holds you safe in the knife. Absolutely superb. And then, of course, you have that beautiful blade. Look at that blade. CNC milled. It is stunning. And 20 CV. This is a high class. And still under £200 for a high class custom knife. So there you go. Right, and another wee thing I've got, I'm going to show you. This could go on a bit. Get your cup of tea ready now. Put a pause. Is another custom knife I bought. Yes, I know. I said it was finished and I had my Romano really just satisfied that itch. But then this one came up and I had to beg, borrow and steal off my wife to get this knife. But I'm really glad I did. This is not a high-end like a Romano. But it is a custom knife from a UK custom maker who I've never had any of his knives before. I bought this one. He just showed it on one of the slip joint groups. And I just had to have it. I had to have it. And I think you'll agree why. I'll give you a quick look because there'll be a video probably the end of next week. I just want to play with it for a while. Use it and cut it. Yes, I said use it because it's in the bracket where you can use it. This is about a $270 knife from Shing, who is a UK maker. And let me tell you, this is my first and it won't be my last. And he's the sort of maker, he doesn't just make all one pattern or, patterns are all similar. He has a wide variety, I've only just found out about, of knives that he makes completely different patterns than the norm. But then he makes something that's just the norm and he does it impeccably well. It is beautiful. And I'm going to show it to you now because this is some of the nicest bone I have ever seen on any knife. And let me show you. Here you go. This is jigged bone, all hand jigged. Look at the bone though. Can you see that mocha coffee color on it? It is beautiful. The jigging is random and just gouged and beautiful. Absolutely. I hope you agree with this. The fit and finish is custom standard. In fact, it's high custom standard. I'm waiting to get some information on Shing himself because I literally, first knife I've had, so I'll do the review once I get, he's going to do me a little thing on him when he started and whatever. So, but just look at that. Is that not just, and the bone on this side, look, it is all the way through it. You can see all the way to it. It's probably one of the nicest dyed bones ever that I have ever had in my collection anyway. But the two sides, look how they mate up. Completely mated up and he is just, this is custom work. This is not just pick off the shelf. This is beautiful. And this blade, let me show you the blade. It's a cam tang. Beautiful cam tang. Look at that blade. The hand satin on that. Again, sometimes hand satin, well, on my cameras anyway, because I haven't got a particularly good camera, but, it's a phone. But the hand satin is so fine that you can't pick it up on the camera. It is so fine. It is beautifully done. Really beautifully done. Maybe not as good as the Romano, but it is just impeccable. I love the choil. It clears. You've got a lovely edge on there. I love that nail nick up there and a lovely little swedge on both sides, which is something that I'm absolutely passionate about. I love a nice swedge, but it has to be on both sides. Now, it wouldn't stop me buying a knife, but look at that mate up. Isn't that just beautiful? So I'm going to put that away and you'll see this because there's a very special blade steel in this as well. So you'll have to wait to see what he has put on this. Beautiful knife. I can't wait to show it to you and tell you a little bit about him, which is the interesting part. So, stag. Let's get back to it. I start with this one. It's just from the 1800s. It's a little quill knife. Tiniest, fragile little blade, but it even has a little swedge on it, and it has a long pull, a very thin long pull there. It is beautiful. Lovely little knife. I really love it. Simplicity itself. with a tiny little pin there. It's just beautiful, really stunning, but very delicate. Lovely spring still in that. Again, brought the back end over so that it doesn't make this look so small. I just think it is, just to have something like this in my collection, this will never go anywhere. This is worth, and it's stag. But whether it's somebody who used it an awful lot, and the blade isn't overused, but whether it is, but it's just been rubbed. And you can see the stag that has just gone down to completely smooth and shiny, but beautiful piece of stag nonetheless. So I'm going to work down here, and then I'm going to get to, because I want to talk about the Arthur Wright and just their knives in general, and Ashley's knife, sorry. So I'm going to start up here with, this was a catch. This was a beautiful, this is a Boker Barlow. There we go, an absolutely beautiful knife, and this is a Senator pattern. And I'm not going to go through this one because this is one of the ones I don't think I've done a full review on, and I really want to. The stag on it is lovely, but not, you know, it's not, well, it is. It's beautiful. It's just different from a lot of the other ones I have. You know, it isn't completely full, but again, I love the way these ends have been done. Good chunks of stag, really well matched, typical German, but look at the fit and finish in this knife. I mean, I paid a bit for this, but I believe I got it for well below its value. It's a stunning knife, really beautiful. And we'll do a review on that one probably next week or the week after. And another one that I've got, and I've sort of showed pictures of it, but I've never come back to it. Look at the stag on this knife. And this is an older knife too, isn't it? You can tell by the pinning. This has got a bit drab on the inside, but it's just, you know, it's a beautiful knife. Pin right through the bolster. You don't see that very much often. And then the main blade. Let me show you this beautiful spear pen blade. It is absolutely gorgeous. And this is made by K-Bar in Boot Hill. I think that was a Boot Hill series that they done. But oh, I had to have it once I seen that Boot Hill. But then when I got it, I got a beautiful knife. Nearly all these knives, except for this one, are just jackknives of different varieties. There you go. It's the, we got nothing on that side, but a beautiful little pen blade and a lovely knife altogether. And I've not done a full review on this. It's a coffin jack, which again goes with the Boot Hill, which was an old cemetery and whatever, where the cowboys went to die. So a lovely knife. I'll do a review on that. This one you've seen plenty of times. This is probably one of my nicest case knives. It's an absolutely stunning piece of bone, well matched. I just adore it. This is their little swayback jack. You'll see lots of these in the bone, but you don't very often see them in the stag. And this is a beautiful little knife. It is just a stunning little knife to do a bit of whittling or whatever you want. Stunning, stunning little knife. Small knife, but nonetheless absolutely beautiful. And let's go to the other side. Here is another case, and this is another one you don't see many of. Lovely piece of stag, nice and thick, and a little small knife gives it much more grip. But the unusual part about this is it has the little razor blade. Isn't that just gorgeous? And this is a case 511098 in stainless steel. It's double X, but there's no dots or anything on this. I don't know if that ages it. I'm not up. Actually, I've got my little case card. I'll do that during the week. I'll check it. I forgot I got the case card from Thrifty Caniffy. But just beautiful. Lovely little knife. Really, really dinky, but just, and a talking piece when you bring it out if it's in your pocket. Lovely, lovely knife. So I think I've done a review on this, but if I haven't, they'll be getting done. Don't worry. There's that one. Then I have my case. I've not long got this one. I got this one because it has the case and the Barlow, which of course you know I love Barlows that have something on there. Don't have to have a shield on a Barlow. But that case is just beautiful. The only thing wrong with it is the other side is a bit bland, dare I say it. And what I want to know is, anybody ever used like a lighter, a gas lighter, one of these? I've got one of the new, I just got it this week. I changed out, and it's got that. And I was thinking of using that to put on it and burn this side. Will it do it any harm? Has anybody ever done it and had a good result? Let me know. I would love to try it, just to give it a bit of, you know, a burnt bit more of a burnt look. It's a bit dull. Other than that, is a perfectly made knife. Both blades up the centre, beautiful on the back, just a lovely case knife. And it was the condition of it that made me buy it. So that's lovely. I have to do a review on that as well. And here's one that I've had for a long time. I don't really show that much. I don't know. I don't like the double, you've got long pull and a clip. I don't like that. But I do love this knife. I do love the shape of this knife. It is a Shatton Morgan. And again, the bone is lovely. A bit different on the back and the front, but nonetheless beautiful. The blade I do like. It's that lovely click. But why they would ever put the nail nick there, I just don't know. Beautiful Shatton Morgan though. An absolutely stunning knife. And there you go, made by Queen, obviously. This is their high end, but look at that handle. It is so comfortable in the hand. I've had so many people wanted to buy this knife, and I just can't let go of it. I think I'm going to, and then I just don't. Now, it's not perfectly centered, but that'll not matter. A jot is not rubbing, and it's a beautiful knife. So, what started this conversation off? It's this knife here. I just got this recently. I bought this not from Arthur. I bought it online. It was one of the slip joint groups, and this came up. And this knife was made by Ashley for this fella who is a part-time knife maker in the UK. It was made for him so that he could try a new dye. I think it was tea or something. I've actually lost. I have a habit of clearing my phone because I keep so much on it. I like to clear it as often as I can, and I've forgotten the bloke's. I've ruined the email. The email's gone, so I'll need to find out what he used to dye it. But look at that dye on that. Is that not just stunning? That side, particularly the show side, is gorgeous. But the other side is nonetheless beautiful. It is, whatever he dyed it with, I want more of it. I want him to do so. I would love him to do my case knife in it and see if it lifts that back end. I think it would. But I'll have to find his telephone number again, or his I've forgotten completely. I'm terrible for doing that. But it's a beautiful knife, and he got him to make this knife, and it's in the basic steel. It's got the Arthur 8 stamp, so it's probably C75 steel. Beautiful sheep's foot there, and it's something that's really different. It's got a smaller sheep's foot as well, which is just nice for small jobs, and it's fairly comfortable in hand because that sticks out quite a lot, but it fits into my crease nice, so I'm quite happily using the little blade. Some of them I wouldn't use because it's just not comfortable, but there's enough low part here that I can get a really good grip, and I'm not having to hold on for dear life. I could cut away with this lovely. But I just think the way he done that bone, I have to find out what it was that he used again. I'll tell you more about it when I'll do the review on it. But is that, please tell me that's just beautiful. Otherwise my eyes are going. I just think it's so well done. Nicely made knife by Ashley. You've got the, he had it made especially for him. I paid about, what did I pay? About £75 for it, which was, I was quite happy to pay that. I know it doesn't say Ashley, but I know when Ashley makes a knife, he makes a knife. So there we go. It's a beautiful knife, and I'm going to enjoy that for years to come. It's the same pattern as an Ashley knife. This is an Ashley, no, this is a double blade, and this is a single blade. And this is a sort of stag that Ashley would do. And it's beautiful stag, I have to say. It is beautifully done. Just gorgeous. And this is just a single blade, and it's one of my favourite knives. It's got that lamb's foot blade on it, but it's a deep lamb's foot. It's thicker here and thinner here, which makes it the lamb's foot, but it's a great working knife. It is stunning in the hand, and having that, look at them handles, how well they're matched. It's, I mean, this is the thing that custom knife makers get the chance to do. They can spend time, they can pick and choose what they're going to put on their knives. You know what I mean? You can see why he's chosen each bit of stag. Just stunning. I love it. Absolutely love it. Again, the cam tang, beautifully centered. This is actually one of his finest. It's just, and I'm becoming more and more, I just want a simple pattern. I don't want nothing fancy that much. I just like that simple pattern that everybody recognizes. And, it's just a high quality knife. And you're getting Ashley's Customs if you get on the books. And I don't want to make any apologies because he's a one man. He does this after work. This is his hobby, is making, making custom knives. So you can't expect him to do it just when we want him to. You just have to hang about there, go on his website regular, and you have to be regular. He sometimes just puts one up, he makes one at the end of a run, and he maybe one that hasn't sold over it, you get a chance to buy it. And I have bought a few of mine like that, just happened to be there at the right time. He doesn't ring me up and tell me when he's got them. They go on the website and it's first in, first served. So there we go. And I just thought, I've got another one. This is another Ashley, and this is a prototype of a knife that I think he's only made a couple of them. But this is a sort of in the image of a case cock knife, case made originally. So you have a saw, and it's a proper hacksaw with a proper hacksaw blade, all made by Ashley, the whole thing made by Ashley. On the other side, you have a cleaver blade, which is for going through bone. And then you got a big spear, beautiful working blade on that side. Now you'll see there's no stamp, no Ashley stamp. This was a prototype. It took him a while. He was having terrible troubles getting it together. And the only thing that's wrong with it, as you can see here, these sunk down a wee bit, which is why it wasn't sold, as a full Ashley custom. But I mean, it's just a couple of wee ribs. And he sorted that out in a later model, I believe. But I mean, the rest of it's perfect. It's just dipped here on him. And so I got it as a prototype. But let me tell you, it is just a real talking piece. It's a lump of a knife. But look how well the rest of it's put together. But you can just see that. And it, to be honest, it doesn't annoy me. It just, to have this sort of knife made by Ashley is just fantastic. Fantastic. And lastly, another new one that I don't think I've done a review of. I might have just showed it coming in. This is the flat bolstered one. An absolutely beautiful gardening knife, whatever you want to call it. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? And this is just an Arthur Wright model. You can see the grade of the stag isn't as good as the better models, or the more expensive models, especially Ashley's ones. But it's still lovely. It's still a stag blade. It's still a big handle of a knife. It's really lovely if you're pruning or doing whatever. Even cutting a bit of brush around, it's just, you could use this for anything. Super big flat grind blade. Not too thick either. So, I mean, it's a real sharp edge. You can open your boxes, anything with this. Carpets, cut carpets, anything. Just a super knife. Very basic steel. You maybe need to keep sharpening as you're working, but that, again, learn to sharpen. But what a stunning big knife. I just got this, and I bought this. This was off the internet as well. Some of my Facebook groups that I buy from, and I just adore it. Absolutely love it. And it's part of the collection. So there you go. A bit of a waffle, a bit of a go on, but I didn't realise I was a stag collector right up until today. And I'm genuinely surprised at how many I had. I have no idea, genuinely. And what a collection. I am over the moon that I've got it. And now that you see it, you can't unsee it. So I know it's here. So those that I haven't done reviews on, I'll get them done over the next few weeks and try and catch up a bit. I've been doing more buying and hunting recently than I have been, doing my normal sort of reviews of normal knives. These are all normal knives at a price that most people can afford or they can save for. This is a £270 custom as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them things. It's just, you buy what you like, you buy what you can afford, and enjoy what you can afford, from the cheapest that you buy to the most expensive. Enjoy every one of them, because this to me is just, this is a Saturday when I normally do my waffling videos, but this is just, I am just blown away by how many beautiful stag knives I got. And this is when you sort of realise, you know what, this is why I do it. Because all of a sudden I realise, my God, look what I've got. And my collection has changed so much. As you know my channel, or if you've been with me for years, some people have been with me from the very start, and my channel has changed beyond belief. And I'm so proud of what I've got to get. I know, is it showy off? I don't think it's showy, but I do like showing them off. But I'm not really a show off. These are just beautiful knives. Beautiful knives that I enjoy the workmanship and looking at them, and just looking at the different companies and their stag that they use. It's just fantastic. Right, I've waffled now. 25 minutes again. Sorry. Not sorry. Take care. I have a cup of tea here to finish, and then we're ordering an Indian tonight. And the hot chicken madras is something that I absolutely adore. Nearly every Saturday I get a hot chicken madras. And we've got a beautiful Indian here, and he makes them hot. They are just, a lot of these Indian shops that you go for a meal in a restaurant, you go for a meal, their madras is tamed for a British palate, if you like. So when you find one that makes a proper hot madras, oh, I just enjoy it so much. There we go. How did they get on to madras? Would you just tell me to shut up and go on? Thank you so much for watching. And tomorrow you have another amazing custom knife, well over 4 figures, made by a Japanese master. We had one last week, we have one this week. And the one this week is my favourite out of the two. And yes, I'm going to pick one. I don't think the fella who lent them to me is going to mind too much. But this is just an absolute stunner. So please watch tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, while we're here, if you're still here, I'm on Thrifty and Slippy and Thrifty show. I couldn't get it out. The Slippy and Thrifty and Slippy show tomorrow at I think it's 4:30 UK time. So if you can, meet me there, and we can join in the conversation. Take care. Bye bye.